Undeniably, the best seven-seater on the market today has to go to the Hyundai Santa Fe. There is no question about it. However, with this new engine option, the 2.5-litre turbo petrol, it throws a spanner in the work. Because what do you choose? More power or better fuel economy with the 1.6-litre hybrid? Well, we're going to find out just that in this review. My name's Salvatore, and this is The Motor Marvel. Priced in at $72,500 before on-road costs for this top spec calligraphy model, you get a very familiar 2.5-litre turbo petrol motor that produces 206 kilowatts and 422 newton meters of torque. It sends all that power through an 8-speed dual clutch transmission and all-wheel drive. But don't suspect this car to be setting any lap records because the 0 to 100 time is not stated, and I don't think it's going to be mind-blowing. This is a fantastic and beautiful looking 7-seat SUV because it tests the boundaries of design, unlike many other manufacturers. So hat off to Hyundai for having a stab in the dark with the Santa Fe because it's paid off and it is awesome. I love the subtle H in the headlights to pay homage to the Hyundai brand, same with the rear tail lights, and you'll see it throughout the whole design of the car. I love the gloss black treatment on this calligraphy model that just adds a little bit more class to this design. And I also love this matte white paint, but be aware, it is an optional extra and it will stain very easily. So if you are in Australia and in Sydney for that matter, and you're looking to protect it, go see the guys at Sydney Premium Detailing and they'll add a PPF to the car so this paint can last the test of time. Let's move down the side, guys, and check out what's been changed on that on this calligraphy model. What Star Wars character does this car look like? I'll let you think for a second. Yes, it's a stormtrooper. It looks very, very much like a stormtrooper. And hey, if you're a Star Wars fan, that's not a bad thing. Nonetheless, the side profile. Well, you get gloss black around the wheel arches, gloss black side skirts, a black roof rail, and you also get 20-inch black wheels with this calligraphy model. Here's a thing that I love about Hyundai. See, you'll see throughout the whole design of this car is that they have families in mind. And one of the neat features they've done on the exterior to address family issues is getting things from the roof. So what they have done is they've put a very neat handle that is integrated into the body right here, which is a very good idea because you can easily store things on the roof and then get back down again by simply grabbing that, which is such a very neat feature. And then you close it and it just hides within the body. Thank you, Hyundai. Now let's head to the rear where all the controversy of this design has started. Okay, the rear end. Now let me just address this. When I first saw the Santa Fe, this was the part of the SUV which I hated the most. But to be fair, over time, it has grown on me. I've really just kind of forgotten about it and it's just blended in. Look, there is suggestions that this is going to be changed with the next iteration of the Santa Fe, the updated version. But honestly, it's not the worst in the world, guys, come on. Nonetheless, with this calligraphy model, you do get blacked out Santa Fe badges, blacked out Hyundai badge, gloss black rear diffuser, and to distinguish this from the 1.6-litre, you have an exhaust. That's it. Other than that, they pretty much look exactly the same, which is quite disappointing. I wish that Hyundai added like maybe 2.5 here for the turbo and then maybe 1.6 for the hybrid, because other than that, that's the only way that you can tell the difference. When I was speaking at the start, I was talking about all these H designs. Well, look, it's in the rear tail lights in the back here. And as we go inside, you'll see it throughout the cabin as well. So let's open this electronic tailgate. When it opens. Now, with your third row down, excusing our camera gear, you have 642 litres of boot capacity. With the second row down, you have just under 2,000 litres of boot capacity. Plus, at the back here, you've got a 12-volt socket, and you've got buttons here to lower the second row, which is very convenient because you don't have to then go around, undo it, and blah, blah, blah. It's very convenient to have that. Okay, I have never seen this color combo in any of the Santa Fe's. Like, I've seen some interiors, but this, on the other hand, is gorgeous. Honestly, where the heck was Hyundai hiding this? Because this olive green and cream interior is beautiful, especially with this timber effect. It honestly reminds me of a Scandinavian lodge. It is stunning. And with this Alcantara roof liner, like, wow. Like, honestly, guys, I cannot say this enough. Why would you opt for the Europeans over this? Seriously, the build quality is impeccable, and the design and look of the interior and the feel is absolutely sublime. Like, I'm just blown away with Hyundai. Seriously, guys, you've just nailed it, and I love this interior design. I also love how you've combined design with tech as well. Most manufacturers, when they decide to use tech, they just go screens everywhere and they get rid of all buttons. And it's not user-friendly whatsoever. But what Hyundai has done, they've given you this beautiful curved display, but they've also given you physical knobs and buttons for your climate controls down here. Thank you, I really do appreciate that. In terms of the display, it's very crisp, very clear. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got a very good driver's display. You've also got a head-up display. Then you come down here, guys, and you've got physical knobs and buttons, like I said, for your dual climate control, heated and cooled seats, and a heated steering wheel. Down here, you've got 2 wireless phone chargers, 2 USB-C ports, and this is a really neat feature. Again, thinking about families. You press this button here, it's called UVC. It's an ultraviolet light that's located in the top glove box. You close the glove box and my phone is now being disinfected. That is awesome. You think about it, you have a family and you have the kids, let's say the kids pacifiers, and they're falling on the ground and you don't have anything to clean them. Well, you chuck them in there and it is disinfected. Like that, just thinking about families there is insane. I love Hyundai's thought process. Love it, absolutely love it. So I'll pull my phone out, put it back down here and close that. They've also thought about it with this seat, for example. Most of the time when you fit a baby seat, sometimes the seat is a bit too close. You have to get out and you have to move it with the functions down the side there. It's a bit of a faff. But what Hyundai's done is they've integrated those buttons in the front seat here, on the side here, so a mum doesn't have to get it and do that and can easily do it right here. Ingenious. Like, thank you, Hyundai. In terms of storage, well, you got decent amount of storage in this center console here. 2 massive cup holders, more storage down here, a 12-volt socket, big enough door bins for your big bottles, a decent sized glove box. And yeah, that's about it, guys. It's a very user-friendly cabin and it's really designed for families in mind, and I love it. The seats, on the other hand, are very comfortable and very supportive. They are electronically adjustable, by the way, and they also have that H pattern on the seats to pay homage to the Hyundai logo, especially on the vents as well. I really like how they've subtly done that through all the design of the exterior and interior. It's a nice little touch. You also have dual sunroofs, so one here and one at the rear, and that's it. Like, I cannot complain about this car, and I know it sounds a bit biased, I get it, but it is a very well thought cabin and it's just absolutely beautiful to sit in and to enjoy on long journeys. Let's jump into the rear and see how it is for the family. Before we jump into the rear, I did forget to mention this because this is a very cool feature in the Santa Fe if you are a passenger in the front seat. And I had the privilege of finding this out when I was the passenger in my friend's Santa Fe. So check this out. Just wait. Hopefully you can see this on camera. Look at that. It's a lazy boy. I love that. Like, honestly, guys, imagine long journeys, just sitting back here, just relaxing under thigh support. It's like you're in premium economy. Like, I just love that. That is like, Hyundai has literally thought of everything in this car. It's amazing. All right, now we'll jump in the rear and check out the back seats. Okay, so what's the back like? Well, you have plenty of knee room. I can easily stretch my toes under the seat in front, and I have plenty of headroom. The seats are also slidey and reclining, meaning trying to get comfortable in the back here is very easy. You also have 2 cup holders in the door, a big enough door bin, pockets back here, hooks here, your air vents are there, access to your middle console there, more storage in here, and USB-C charging right there. and also both outboard seats are heated. Then you have ISOFIX anchor points on both outboard seats and top tether points for a baby seat. Then you pull down your middle armrest and you have 2 cup holders as well. Guys, honestly, what I think Hyundai has done here is they've grabbed families and asked them, what do you want in a family 7-seat SUV? Because this car just keeps ticking so many boxes. Like, look, there's even integrated blinds in the doors. Now, I know some cars have that, but like, that's one of many of the things this car has to offer to make it a very practical family SUV. Let's jump into that third row and let me see if I can fit back there, because most of the time, adults find it very hard to get in the third row. All right, so how do you get into the third row? Well, you simply press a button here and the seat automatically slides forward, and you just got to kind of give it a little bit of a shove. And then you jump in. All right, so we're in the rear. Chang, let's close that back seat. All right, so if your second row passenger decides to sit completely upright like a dinkus, you have plenty of knee room. But Chang, can you just do me the honors of pushing that seat back? Yeah, okay, so now it's a bit uncomfortable. And if it gets any further than that, I'm gonna have to chop off my legs. So being an adult back here is probably not the best idea, but if you're a kid, it's pretty cool. So you got your climate control functions down here, which is pretty neat. You got a USB-C charger, and you got 2 cup holders. So pretty neat if you're a kid back here, but if you're an adult, nah, I wouldn't suggest it. All right, I've turned off all the safety tech. Before we go on our drive, I need to explain this. And it's not Hyundai's fault, it's every modern car for that matter. There is just too much of it, becomes intrusive, and it just beeps constantly. Especially this camera here that tells you you're falling asleep, which you're not. It does my head in. So I've turned it all off. I've had to go through multiple settings to turn it off. And what I don't understand is, in all modern cars, we have a traction control button. Majority of the population are never going to use that. Why not replace that with a button to turn all the safety tech off? Honestly, it would be so nice and just so easy. In terms of the safety tech, well, you've got lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, guided cruise control, 360-degree camera, front and rear sensors, the works. If you want to read all of it, just go to my written reviews, simply in the description at Exhaust Notes Australia. So, what's this like to drive? Well, let's get out onto the road. Okay, for starters, it's ridiculously comfortable. This Santa Fe just soaks up the bumps so easily, and I really do love driving this day to day. Your visibility is great. There's nothing really obstructing your vision out the front, or right, or left, or even the rear, because they've fitted a digital rear view mirror. Most 7-seat SUVs don't have this. And when that third row is full, you can't see out. So they've thought of everything here. The boxy shape obviously helps with visibility as well. In terms of handling, well, look, it's not a sports SUV, but it does the job, and it does it reasonably well. You know, you can put it into sport mode, and the car stiffens up. The throttle gets a little bit more responsive, and the SUV wants to, go. And mainly because its 8-speed dual clutch transmission is phenomenal. Sorry, I'm just doing a U-turn and a cul-de-sac, which brings me onto the turning circle. Phenomenal, by the way, for such a large SUV, because it's not small after all. But back onto the dual clutch. If I put my foot down, immediate response from the gearbox. There is no delay. With most dual clutches, there is a massive delay before anything happens. But with this, happens straight away. And then when you go to change gears, it's very responsive. There is no jerkiness within the gearbox, which is phenomenal. So I love this 8-speed, and honestly, I prefer it over the 6-speed automatic that comes in the 1.6 litre turbo hybrid. One thing to note, which is very frustrating, is the actual rev counter. So it is all digitalized, right? So there isn't any physical, numbers on there to show you where its actual red line is, which is very frustrating when you're trying to change gears, because you kind of just have to feel when to change. And then if you don't change in time, the car will automatically change for you. So that is a bit of a frustrating thing. I wish they just did, put some numbers there to make it easier for when you want to become a bit more, enthusiastic with your driving, that you can find where the red line is. So that is a bit of an issue. In terms of your drive modes, well, you have My Drive, Sport, Normal, Eco, and then if you want to take it off-road, there's off-road modes like Snow, Mud, and Sand. But let's be honest, you're not taking this off-road at all because your departure angle and your ride height and all that is going to make it very difficult. However, you can opt out for the XRT pack, which will give you a bit more lift and give you a bash plate at the front, which makes this car look completely different. And to be fair, makes it look very rugged and cool. In terms of this engine, the 2.5 litre, now you're going to opt for this if you're going to do a lot of towing and you do want more power, because it does make a lot more power and it is noticeable compared to the 1.6. However, it does come at a compromise, guys. Your fuel economy isn't as great as the hybrid. So it's not worse, like it's not woeful, but it isn't as good as the hybrid. So you'd expect something between, I'll get it out of sport mode, by the way, because, yeah, wait, and we're in Eco. You expect around about, say, 10 to 11 litres per 100 Ks, if you have a lead foot like me. Look, Hyundai claimed 9.4, but it's going to be around about the 10 litres per 100 Ks. You get over 600 kilometers to a tank, which is pretty decent. And that's about it. So this engine is pokey, it's torquey. There is enough torque down low to get you out of sticky situations, and it is sufficient enough. I wish, however, Hyundai brought out a full-fledged N version of this, which would be insane, because it would just make this car completely different. And look, I wouldn't put it past Hyundai to do something like that. Final verdict on this new 2.5 litre turbo option with the Santa Fe. Well guys, if you're looking to tow with your Santa Fe, because the towing capacity with this one is 2,000 kilos, and you're looking for something that's going to facilitate some sort of spirited driving experience for you, then maybe this 2.5 litre turbo is the option for you. But if you had to ask me, I'd still go with the 1.6 litre turbo hybrid. And it's because it's just got better fuel economy. And at the end of the day, the power difference isn't that noticeable. So it really depends on what suits your lifestyle. So if you are towing a lot, I'd choose this. If you're not, go for the 1.6, guys. You won't be disappointed. It's such a great car. If you want to watch more videos like this, simply like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on another review on the Motor Mile.